Hello everyone, this is Damon with Pixnub. In this video, I'm going to be going over the actions that come with the Canvas template. These actions are super easy to use and they're going to save you a lot of time. The first thing you'll need to do is load your actions window. So under window, just select actions and that'll pull up your actions window here. And then you'll need to load the actions in. So on the drop down, select load actions. Then in the download, you'll see a file called Canvas Actions, or Canvas Template Actions, that is. Just load that file in, and then the actions will be in here. So the first thing to point out here is these actions will work with all of the templates. However, with the team-only template, since it doesn't have all of the layers that the actions target, there is a folder called Do Not Delete here that's hidden, and this contains all of the individual or the text items for the individual template. Keep that in there. Don't delete this, because if you do, the actions won't work on your teams. If you leave that in here, then the actions will work for your team, memory mate, and individuals. The other thing is, do not rename the action set or the actions, in particular on this bottom set of actions, because the top set calls those by name. So if you rename these, this top set of actions will not work, because, for instance, if it goes to play action triangle color navy blue from set canvas template, if you rename that set to something other than canvas template, it's not going to know where to get that action from to play. So this top set is complete color schemes. Just let me play one as an example here. You see this sets all of the colors in the template. And the bottom set is got 16 different sections, and each of those sections will replace colors in one element. So for example, this top section, and these are well labeled by the way, you see section 1 triangle colors. If I click neon on this, it's going to change those to the neon color. If I select navy blue, it's going to set those to navy blue. Next section down, stripe colors, same deal. Let's say I want to set that to hot pink. I can just press that. So very, very easy. And one cool thing too is if you're manually just wanting to change colors in your template, let's say you want to put your own custom color in that isn't with one of these colors, but you don't know exactly where to find that layer, this will help you find the layers too. So if I click purple, play that, and then you can instantly see it. The last one it worked on is that color purple, but you can see up here, this other layer turned purple as well. So you know those are the two layers that it was targeting. So then you could go in and set the color element for that layer to whatever you want it to be. I could go to the other one that it made purple and do that as well. And so what's really slick too, like if you use the hot pink, it's going to stand right out and you can see instantly in your template, those are the layers that it turned that color. Now with the text layers, like for year colors, since each of these is only one text item, if you hit year color gold, for example, it's going to take you right to that year layer. You see that's, since it's the only layer in that action, it's going to leave off with that layer. So you know that you're on that layer, and then you could go in and manually change the text color for this as well. All right, so easy enough with the bottom set of actions here. But the real powerful thing is not being able to individually do one element at a time. It's being able to set up an entire action scheme for a team. For example, USA here. We've got the red, white, and blue USA colors. I'm going to actually recreate this one because I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own theme for your actions. Now, there's hundreds of different color combinations for teams. There's no way that I can possibly create color schemes for every single color combination in the world. So I've given you 10 just as examples here. but you'll want to make your own for your own colors, of course. So I'm going to throw away that one that says USA because we're going to recreate that. The easiest way that I found to recreate these is to first go into the bottom sections and then hit play on all those until you get the colors that you want. And then once you get those like you want, because you may want to make changes as you're going, but once you get this set up just like you like it, then go in and record the scheme, because that way it's easy to look at the template and see what you want when you're doing the recording. You can do this in easily a minute, probably, maybe a little more because there's 16 items, but this is super simple. So you'll go into the set, so you select that folder and you'll hit new action, and then we'll just call this USA. And once I hit start recording, you can see the red recording light comes on. So this means that it's recording every step that you do in Photoshop. So now all that we're going to do is go down here and play one action from each of the 16 groups, making sure that we've got all 16 covered. So the top group is triangle colors, and we know that we're navy blue. We can see that here. So we'll select navy blue, press play. And since it was the same color, we don't see anything actually happen, but you can see that it's recorded it into the actions. So the first step plays that navy blue action. The second group, stripes, we want red stripes, so we'll select the red and hit play. Same thing, we can see up here, the second step of our action is going to now play that red stripes action. So we'll just go through all 16 of these. In the canvas background, we'll do white. Canvas paint, which is the paint strokes here, we'll do navy blue. Year color, we've got red. Year stroke, we've got white. Team name here, we've got white. Then black for the stroke on the team name. It's kind of hard to see. Now you don't have to actually use the stroke on these 4 items. These ones actually have the ability to select none if you want, if you don't want a particular stroke on there, but in this case I'm going to. First name is red, the white stroke, and that's just the stroke around the text that we're telling it what color to make. Last name is navy, the white stroke. Position is white. The stroke is black. Number is red. And the stroke is white on the number. Then when you're done, just hit stop on your action recording. And if you've done it right, you should have 16 items recorded, so it's best to just count them. And I do have 16 here. And then you'll want to test your action. So pick something that's got all different colors if you can. And then you'll go to the new action we just made, the USA. I'll hit play. And if you've done it right, you see that it replaces all of the colors in your template. Now, if you made a mistake, and let's say you forgot one or wanted to change the colors, you could easily edit this. So let's say we forgot the first name color of red, or if you have something that you want to change, you could throw it away. But let's just say that we forgot the first name color. So we go in here and play the Irish, and then we go to play our USA, and we can see that we wanted that red, but it's not. So all we have to do is edit the action to just record that one step. It doesn't really matter the order of the steps these are in, so it could be at the end. But if you wanted to put it right after or right before it does the stroke on the first name, that's where I would put it. I'll select the one above there and hit record, and then go down to the first name. color, and we'll find red. I'll hit stop, and then it should have put that step in the action. And you can see play action, first name color red. And so now if we test this, it should work. So we'll go back to the USA and hit play. So really simple. So, I mean, literally, I mean, I spent a few minutes talking about it, but you could do this in like one minute. So once you've got the teams created, your color scheme, you could actually, if you wanted to, batch process in sports photo automation. Now you don't have to. You could do this individually when you pull up your template, play the action for your team, and then put the players in. But when you're batch processing, you could, if you have either the pre-action on template or the post-action on composite, either one of these in this case will work. The run pre-action on template plays the action as soon as the template opens, before it edits the text and before it brings in the images. The post-action runs after the images have been brought in and after the text has been replaced. And so for post-actions, you could run those on your player that you brought in or whatever you wanted to do. But in this case, this would work in either of these. So if you don't see your action, because you won't, if you've already opened SPA, you won't see your action in this dropdown. If you made a new one, hit reset action dropdowns. That's going to pull in all of the new actions. So you'll go to that action set, canvas themes, and then find the action that you made, in this case USA. And then when you run the batch, it's going to apply those colors to all the images in the batch. And this way you don't have to make a bunch of copies of your template and have a bunch of different Photoshop files saved. You just have one file, and then you've got your actions. And you can also map your actions in a CSV to have different images use different actions. So you could batch process an entire league and have certain teams use one color scheme and other teams use another. So I'm not going to show that in this video because I've got a whole section dedicated to that, but you can certainly do that as well. So very powerful, pretty easy to do and set up your own team schemes. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.